okay? I was not trying to gatekeep the website. It is right now. Oh, the film
Subscribe for more videos like this. Turn on notifications. And leave a like to help the channel out. Thank you for watching. Subscribe for more videos like this. Turn on notifications. And leave a like to help the channel out. Thank you for watching. Subscribe for more videos like this. Turn on notifications. And leave a like to help the channel out. Thank you for watching. At the start of the movie, a group of friends from Russia have some vodka and decide to go for a swim like they usually do. They dive into a lake and swim underwater to cool themselves off. However, when they re-emerge, the scene outside has changed drastically. The day has turned into a stormy night, and there are bullets and grenades flying everywhere. German voices are heard in the background, and it is unbearably cold. Somehow, they have been teleported to the year 1942, when World War II is in full swing.
Oh, wait, guys, are you... Hello? Hello? Oh my god. Wait. Hello? Can anyone hear me? Guys. Please tell me you hear me. Please tell me you hear me. Please. Okay. Oh, there we go. Let's go. Guys, I'm so... Oh my god. I was looking at my stream and I was like wondering like if people could hear me, and then I didn't click go live. Yo, what's up, guys? Wait, guys. Oh my god, dude. Thank God I figured that out. Oh my god. I'm sorry, guys, for being 1 minute late. Oh my god, that is bad on me. Oh my god. All right. We're good now. Hello.
Oh, what's up,
bro? I wasn't streaming the whole time. Hey.
Now you're streaming.
Bro, Grox woke up and built one thing. All right.
Yo, I don't know if Grox built that. I think that's like a...
Wait, did that
ruin.
spawn here?
I think that's natural spawn. I think that's like a...
What? Bro, I haven't played the new updates. This might be natural. I don't really know.
Yeah, they could have changed some things.
Wait. All right. Dang, bro. Minecraft updates get weirder and weirder. All right. Dude, that's crazy.
Yo,
I
Grox
didn't...
is moving.
Bill, are you streaming right now?
Yeah, I am. Are you?
Yeah.
Oh,
Like, some people in my chat are saying that yours is being weird.
Oh, no. I think mine's is good.
Yo, Grox.
Grox. Oh.
Yo, Grox, look at this is the new update. There's like a weird natural shrine that spawned in.
All right, we're not showing that anymore.
Hey, yo.
Wait. All right. Dude, that's crazy. I
Hey guys, so as you can tell from the title of this video, a little bit of a serious topic here, and I don't want to go on too long about it because of the fact that it's really nobody's business but ours, but obviously you're going to find out sooner or later. You may have noticed I haven't been uploading as much lately, and I keep mentioning in videos that I've been super busy. That's not a lie, but the reason I've been super busy is because me and Ashley decided to split up. We weren't making each other. We respect. Currently in makeup school, as you know. She's got a makeup account on Instagram where she's trying to build her portfolio and stuff. So if you'd like to give that a follow.
Hello. And if you go prone.
So, you're all good. I'm back though.
It's
Anyway.
good.
I always forget I have to change thumbnail on YouTube when you stream.
The story begins with an average salaryman who plays his favorite video game, but as he leaves his apartment, he suddenly suffers a heart attack and he ends up dying. We see Reitz promises to stay by his side and help him achieve his goal. We see Ars's group making their way to Semplar as Muriel and Charlotte ride on top of the carriage, but Ars tells them to come down, telling them they need to talk about the military council. But they invite him to join them, saying he needs to unwind, and Reitz mentions that the war might last a long time, so he thinks they should relax. They see the ocean, and Charlotte reveals that it's her first time seeing it, so they decide to check it out. She drinks the water, but she spits it out, realizing it's salty, and Muriel laughs at her, saying she has been to many different places, so she understands how exciting it is to see a new world. Ars promises to go on a trip with them once the war is over, and Rizal mentions that there are fish in the water. So Charlotte runs to him, but she blasts the ocean, saying she just felt like doing it, and a man gets angry at them, so they quickly run away. They arrive at the Semplar castle, where they meet the other nobles, but they look down on him, since he's from the country. He meets Lumiere, who's happy to see him there, and Kurin approaches him, but he's surprised to see Muriel, revealing that she declined his offer to work for him because she didn't want to get involved in the politics. So he asks her why she's working for Ars, and she explains that she has taken a liking to him, saying he's a better master than Kurin. The other nobles think she's despicable, but Kurin just laughs at her, telling her she hasn't changed at all, and he mentions that he's glad to see her there. A noble mentions that she could be a spy, because her relative Thomas is working for Vass, but Kurin vouches for her, saying she could help them learn more about their enemy. He reveals that her performance was excellent while she was working with the previous duke, so he thinks they need her to succeed, and he asks the other nobles to work with her. They begin the military council, as an official reveals that their enemies outnumber them, but the trading city of Semplar gives them economic advantage. He adds that their soldiers are well trained, but Kurin mentions that the enemy has experienced generals, and he explains that the neutral nobles are starting to side with Vass, because they think he's winning. He asks for ideas that could help them turn the tide of battle, and a man suggests taking Belzud, which is one of the 3 main cities, thinking the neutral nobles will support them if they succeed. But Ars realizes that Kurin isn't impressed, and he tells Marielle to tell everyone her opinion. So she mentions that the plan sounds ridiculous, saying they will lose if they send soldiers to take Belzad, because Vass will attack Semplar while it's defenseless, and it will give him the advantage, so the neutral nobles would choose to side with him. She thinks the man who suggested attacking Belzad is a fool, so the nobles become angry, but Kurin mentions that he agrees with her, asking her if she has ideas that could help them win the battle. So she tells Rizal to share his plans, as Ars reveals that he's their tactician, but the nobles look down on him, thinking he's too young to come up with a good strategy. But Kurin tells him to speak, so he explains that they can't leave Semplar defenseless, and he suggests forming an alliance with the Duchy of Paradil because it's close to Arkantes. He mentions that Vass won't attack them if this happens, because he will be afraid that Paradil might attack Arkantes while his soldiers are away. The nobles think Paradil will never become their ally, but Rizal mentions that they need a third party to help them, saying they should bribe the Emperor. But the nobles think he already has all the money he needs, so a bribe won't work on him, but Reitz explains that he's still 17 years old, so his vassals are running the empire for him, and Reitz thinks they will accept the bribe. Kurin likes the idea, and he decides to go with it, telling Ars to take care of everything, because his subordinate came up with the plan. Kurin promises to cover the expenses, and he orders Lumiere to support Ars, who realizes that the other nobles are glaring at him, but he promises not to let Kurin down. After that, Ars's group celebrates, as Marielle mentions that Ars will beat the other nobles if their plan is successful. He thinks he's doomed if they end up failing, but his vassals tell him not to worry, and Charlotte wonders how they're supposed to negotiate with the Emperor. He thinks Reitz might be able to do it, but he mentions that the people in the capital are racists, so they shouldn't send him to negotiate, and Marielle explains that she's a terrible negotiator, so Charlotte thinks they should look for Lisha. Ars visits Lisha's house, and she immediately greets him, telling him she missed him. Hammond welcomes him to their house, asking him what happened during the military council, so he explains that he needs to talk to Lisha about their plan, but she tells him they should eat first. Reitz thanks Hammond for the meal, and he tells Reitz not to mention it, because he's also their guest, saying Lisha thinks highly of him. They realize that she already left with Ars, and we see her outside, telling him that she started to talk to the people in her town after she met him. She mentions that she cares about the territory, telling him she respects him, because he's keeping the town safe, and she reveals that her father told her he's doing well. She walks closer, but she mentions that she wants to show him something, and he notes that she's acting strange. She shows him the flowers he gave her, telling him she liked them, so she decided to plant more of them. She asks him what he wanted to talk about, so he tells her about the plan, saying they need someone to negotiate with the Emperor, and she immediately agrees to do it, saying she will do anything for him. But she tells him to marry her after the war, and he thinks it's too sudden, but she explains that she always wanted to be with him since they first met. He realizes that she likes him, and he recalls how she's always there to help him, as he notes that he also has feelings for her. He apologizes for being useless, and he tells her to marry him immediately, telling her he loves her, so he promises to protect her no matter what happens. But she explains that she doesn't need to be protected, telling him to carry on with his tasks, as she promises to help him achieve his dreams. They tell Hammond that they're about to get married, so he freaks out, thinking it's too early for them to become a married couple, but Lisha explains that she has already made up her mind. So he decides to support them, and they have a banquet to celebrate their marriage. After that, they have a meeting with Pham, who tells them that the Prime Minister Shakma is the one who's holding the Emperor's power, and he has a reputation for being selfish and greedy. So Lisha thinks they should persuade him, but Pham warns them to be careful. Ars tells everyone about the plan, saying they will travel by ship to the imperial capital, where they will tell Shakma to act as their mediator before negotiating with Paradil. He mentions that Lisha will be their negotiator, and Marielle reminds them that they're still kids, but Lisha tells her not to worry because she plans to bring Lumiere with her. She explains that the adults won't trust them because they're just kids, so bringing Lumiere with them will make them look more convincing. Marielle thinks she deserves to be Ars's bride, but Charlotte doesn't want her to marry him, reminding her that they're about to start a war, so it's not the right time to get married. But she tells Charlotte she's amazing, saying she wants to learn how to use magic with her, and Charlotte becomes flattered, so she agrees to be her teacher. Rizal notes that Leisha is an excellent manipulator, and Ars asks Charlotte to join them as their bodyguard, saying it's a rare chance to ride a ship, so she decides to join them. They ride a carriage, and they realize that Charlotte fell asleep, but Leisha thinks it's okay, because it's going to be a long trip. Ars sees a suspicious man, and he realizes that it's Pham, who tells them that Vass has allied with Sates, and he promises to reach out to them once he gets more intel. Ars thinks this is terrible news, because Kurin's forces could get invaded from both sides. But Leisha tells him not to worry, because Peridot could help them defend their territory, so she thinks they just need to win the negotiations, and make Peridot their ally. Ars is impressed by the way she thinks, but their carriage hits a rock, causing her bag to fall, and he realizes that she's been reading books about politics. She admits that she's trying to learn more about it, and he thinks she's amazing, saying he should try to be as diligent as her. She mentions that she wants to do everything in her power to assist him, because she's his wife, and they're both determined to make the negotiations successful. They arrive at the Semplar castle, where Kurin tells them about Sates, but Leisha tells him they already know, and she suggests negotiating with Sates until they return. He realizes she's brilliant, telling Ars that he chose his wife well, but a man interrupts them, and he introduces himself as Len, the eldest son of Kurin. He thinks Ars can't negotiate with Shakma, because he's just a kid, but Kurin tells Len he's being rude, so he immediately apologizes, and he walks away, as Ars uses his appraisal skill. After that, Kurin reveals that he's worried about Len, because he's already 20 years old, but he's still acting like a spoiled brat, so Kurin thinks he has failed as a father. He asks Ars if he was able to see Len's stats, wondering if he has talent, so Ars reveals that his current stats are low, but he has the potential to become a great leader someday, and Kurin is happy hearing this. Ars and his vassals head to the port, where he buys a gift for Leisha, and she promises to treasure it. They board the ship, and Ars thanks Lumiere for joining them, but they realize that Len is with them, so Ars asks him if Kurin gave him permission. But he explains that he's already an adult, so he can decide for himself, telling them he will help them succeed, but Ars is worried that he could ruin everything. Charlotte enjoys the journey, because it's her first time riding a ship, but we see everyone getting seasick, and Len tries to pretend that he's okay, but he suddenly throws up. They see a group of men stranded at sea, and they decide to save them, but as Charlotte gives one of them water, he suddenly takes her hostage. He threatens to kill her if they don't hand over their belongings, but she burns his knife, and she blasts the men with her spell. They get tied up, and Len thinks they're pirates, so he plans to have them executed, but Ars asks them what they do for a living, because they were using a kitchen knife meant for catching fish. So one of them explains that they're fishermen, revealing that they used to borrow money from the Empire to go fishing, but the Empire ran into financial problems, which made it harder for them to get a loan, so they had no choice but to borrow money from merchants. But they're struggling to pay the interest, so they decided to commit crimes, saying they had to make money because they have families to feed. Ars decides to give them items, telling them they can sell it for 3 gold coins each, but the man refuses to accept it, saying they don't need his sympathy. But he tells them it's a loan, telling them to use the money to go fishing, and pay him back once they've made enough money, telling them he won't charge interest. Len thinks they can't be trusted, but Ars mentions that he needs to believe in people, so that he can gain their trust. He decides to let them go, and Charlotte hopes that someday they will come back. They arrive in the Imperial capital, but they immediately realize that it's filled with homeless people, and they note that the nobles are extremely rich. Ars realizes that the gap between the rich and the poor is massive, and Leisha tells him to go ahead, saying she needs to prepare for the negotiation. The next day, they see Leisha wearing a new outfit, saying she found them in the Imperial capital, but Ars wonders why she decided to change her clothes, so she tells him he's about to find out. They head to the castle, where they meet Shakma, and Ars checks his stats, realizing his intellect and ambition are high, so he thinks they will have a hard time negotiating with him. Shakma knows that they need the Emperor to mediate negotiations with Peridot, asking them how much money they can offer him. Leisha is about to tell him the amount, but we cut to the night before, as she tells everyone that they only have 2,000 gold coins to offer, so they will have to return to Semplar if Shakma demands a higher amount. She thinks they need to make him feel like he made a profit, so she decides to start with 500 gold, and he mentions that it's nowhere near enough, telling them he will need 5,000. But she tells him that the Imperial City's annual budget is lower than 5,000, so she thinks he must be joking, telling him she knows about the city's financial problem. She offers to give him 800 gold, but he demands more, so she increases it to 900, but he still refuses, and he's about to walk away. But she stops him, telling him they will pay him 1,000 gold, and she mentions that it's all they have. He accepts her offer, and Ars thinks she's amazing, because everything went according to her plan,